What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Joe Kage here for another Tech Talk. For those that are subscribed, you already know the deal. However, if you are not, make sure you guys go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn the bell on so you get notifications, like and share the video, and let's get right into it.
Shout out to Lil Bro for this one.
So today I want to talk to you guys about something that is called the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things just refers to a network of connected devices that can share and upload data to the internet or to other devices. Now, in order for it to be considered a part of this network, it has to be able to communicate without any human interaction. Think of it as just one large network with a bunch of different items connected to the internet, and they're communicating with each other without you actually having to do anything besides turn them on. And of course the initial configuration, but once you get that going, then you're set. This is commonly referred to the Internet of Things because, well, that is kind of what it is, right? You have a bunch of things that are connected to the internet that wouldn't normally be connected. So what exactly is a thing in the Internet of Things? Well, I've got a better question for you guys. These days, what isn't a thing in the Internet of Things? A very simple and rather general way to look at it is if a device has the word smart in front of it, then it's considered something that's in the Internet of Things. Now, we have so many different devices nowadays that has capabilities to connect to the internet, or something that's called a smart device, right? You have smart thermostats, smart locks, smart doorbells, and a lot of times these things can be controlled by the ultimate smart device, a smartphone. Now, the naming convention might not always have the word smart in front of it, right? This is technically speaking an iPhone, but again is a smartphone. To give you guys a couple more examples, I have a couple more things that are considered smart devices that when connected to the internet can be a part of what we call the Internet of Things. Something that's really popular nowadays are smart doorbells. A very popular known brand nowadays is the Ring doorbell. What you do is you take these doorbells, you hook them outside, and someone, when they actually press the doorbell, a live feed will go to your phone. This allows you to actually see who's at the door. Maybe you're at work or you're on the go when someone rings the doorbell, or hey, someone comes up and they're delivering a package. You can see what's going on right through the doorbell. The doorbell actually has a camera that is built inside of the device, and once you connect it to the internet, you can control that from your phone. This is not a Ring doorbell. It's just an generic off-brand Chinese mini doorbell, right? But it has some of the same capabilities that a Ring doorbell will have. I think the image will actually be flipped for you guys. See if I can't put that up to the camera. I think it's tracking my face, so it's not going to focus too much. Some of the attributes that this camera has, or rather this doorbell, it can capture the image when the doorbell is pressed. Whoever presses your doorbell, it will actually snap a photo of them. It has two-way audio, so you can speak to the person delivering something and they can speak back to you. You can again connect this to your smartphone. You can get notified when somebody comes through and drops a package or presses the doorbell. It has built-in night vision, and it also has cloud storage. So if you want to save video recordings of someone dropping a package off, or an interaction with somebody at your doorbell, maybe it's a threat or something suspicious is going on in the neighborhood, this can actually save those videos and upload it to the cloud. That last attribute, uploading to the cloud, I'm not sure if Ring doorbell has that. I know you can save actual videos, but kind of the fact that there's like a cloud capability within that actually kind of blows my mind. The second thing I have for you guys here is actually a Google Nest thermostat. So my first interaction with a smart thermostat actually came when I was down in Chicago. I lived in a condo and I was going to change the temperature, right? And there was an actual smart thermostat that you could not just flip a switch up and down, but you can actually touch it. It had a touch screen on it, and where you can actually set the temperature. Now I'm going to get more into how the smart thermostat works in just a second, but let me give you guys a kind of general understanding and overview of how these things communicate with one another. So each thing that is part of the Internet of Things, right, is embedded with some type of system, right? They're made up of, I guess I should say rather, an embedded system. What that basically means is a system that has several different functions, several different parts to it, right? Processors, right? They have many computers to kind of process that data. They will have sensors. Again, the doorbells will pick up a lot of times when there's movement in front of your door to actually activate and send you a notification. And then they'll have some sort of built-in communication device for actually receiving that data. Once the data is received, then the item will perform that function. Okay, so you have a sensor on the doorbell. The sensor reads somebody approaching your door. It processes that data, and when it gets that data, it performs that action item, which can be notifying you that someone is at your door. For instance, let's take these smart thermostats. One of the key features and advertisement points of smart thermostats is their ability to learn, if you will, your preferences when it comes to your temperature inside your house. This can be referred to sometimes as climate control. Based off of your preferences of when you turn the heat on or where you turn the air on, or maybe when you leave the household you don't want to have the AC going all the time, so you turn it off and wait till you get back. The smart thermostat will actually take note of that. So if you leave in the morning at 7 o'clock every morning, turn off the heat, turn off the AC, and then you come back at say 5:30 after your shift and you turn the AC or the heat back on, the thermostat will actually take note of this and will create a schedule by itself. Again, another point when it comes to Internet of Things is that it can do its functions without human input. So the sensor will collect times a day that you are actually turning on your thermostat, and actually what it is, the temperature that you're setting it to, and it will automatically turn your thermostat on, off, up, down, whatever you need it to do. Some more modern thermostats even have sensors equipped to know when there's movement inside the house. So say you wake up in the morning and the sensor is set, if someone walks by 3-4 times, people are up and moving, turn like the heat, turn the AC on. That can also be learned and programmed as well too. And then when it's time to go to bed, of course nobody's up at night. If it goes however long without seeing any movement, then it'll maybe cut things off, or if you want to set it to something else, or maybe schedule some type of other preference. So the Internet of Things is a relatively new phenomenon, and again, when I say new, talking about technology, it doesn't mean that it's something that was created just a year ago. When I say new, I mean these devices have not exactly been into existence, if you will, for a very, very long time. Not only that, we don't exactly know the extent of how far smart devices can go. I mean, in today's world, you can kind of attach a computer onto anything just about, and then perform that function, as long as you have the type of embedded system where you have again the sensors and a way to interact with that device without needing human input. Now, what exactly does this mean for the future? My favorite example of smart devices or the Internet of Things is through the video game Watch Dogs. Now, for those who have played Watch Dogs, you might be thinking, hey Joe Kage, that might be a little bit far-fetched, you're pulling examples from a video game, we're talking about real life here. Hold your horses. For those of you who haven't played Watch Dogs or already seen a review, for one, I highly recommend it. The very first one was really good. I haven't played any of the other ones, but that's a totally another conversation. To give you kind of a background, right, in the game Watch Dogs, the city of Chicago has turned into what we would call a smart city. Okay, it has a central operating system that all smart devices are connected to. Now, that doesn't seem like such a big idea until you realize that everything in the city is a smart device. Everything has a sensor connected to it and is connected to the internet in some way, shape, or form. From traffic lights, okay? But you also have things like pipes, right, that'll have sensors. And based upon, the pressure in the pipes, it can increase or decrease what's going on with that. Now, you had billboards, right? I believe smart billboards where you can kind of adjust the frequency or the power that's going through those as well too. Again, the idea of being a smart device in the Internet of Things is that it is smart. You don't necessarily need human interaction for it to operate. So a lot of times when we create these different type of things to be put in this network, we don't want to have to keep on checking it back constantly. You want to be able to actually maintain its own form of homeostasis, if you will. In the game Watch Dogs, the main character actually was able to hack into the system, obtain a sort of master key to the city of Chicago, and then he was always connected to that network of things and could then operate them and take control of them at will. Now, again, some of you may think that's pretty far-fetched. One guy gets this key and now he just has control of the entire city. However, if there is one thing that any individual who is somewhat versed in cybersecurity, if there's anything that nothing is ever truly secure, right? Everything being connected to the internet brings some type of vulnerabilities and some type of security breaches. There was the incident, right, where you have baby monitors that are connected to the internet so you can monitor the baby, and there was a story of someone who actually was able to hack into the baby monitor and was yelling at the baby. Now, if you have something like a smart thermostat, right, somebody hacks to your thermostat, the worst they can do is crank your heat up all the way to like 90 some degrees, or your AC all the way down, you know, which can still cause damage to your furnace, you know what I'm saying? But what happens when we have other things such as smart locks, okay, that can unlock and lock our houses? Things like this, they can be very dangerous if they are not properly secured. Now, the government has made some sort of headway, if you will, when it comes to trying to make these things more secure for the general public. They have actually laid out a standard to where these smart devices need to be on security wise, right? So this is what it will look like in the future if they were to start connecting different things in the city to the internet. You have to be able, you know, up to date with the most standard security protocols that are out there in order to mitigate any form of security breach. It is their attempt to make smart devices more secure, but I will say this again and leave you with this point: nothing is ever truly 100% secure. That's all I have for you guys again today, man. The Internet of Things is such a huge vast subject when you think about it potential wise, of what can actually be in the Internet of Things, what is an Internet of Things, what may come in the future. If you guys maybe want to see, you know, a part 2 specifically on the Internet of Things, and maybe some unique things that are being added to the network, just let me know in the comments. Be sure to also subscribe, like, and share the video as well too. Again, the more people that see the video, the more can be informed, the more feedback I get as well too, and I'll keep making video for you guys. Until next time, that's all I have. Appreciate it. Peace.
Shout out to Lil Bro for this one.